Hello students, in this video I am going to tell you detailed about tissue. In last video we have seen the classification and types of tissue. So in this I am going to discuss about the permanent tissue, and in which the first one is the simple permanent tissue. So the very first category of simple permanent tissue is the parenchyma. Parenchyma are the simplest one. You can see the diagram here. See here, this is parenchyma tissue. You can say that uh, all the cells are equal in size. See here, all the cells are equal in size, and this type of cells arrangement are known as isodimetric. What is this? This is isodimetric. See here, this is the thin peripheral layer of cytoplasm. This one, nucleus and large central vacuole, intercellular air spaces. There are so many intercellular air spaces, and cell's primary cell wall. So this is the structure of parenchyma. As I told you that all the cells are isodimetric, that is equally expanded on all the sides, and the shape of the parenchyma may be oval, round, polygonal, or elongated. Shape may vary from plant to plant, from region to region, means whether the cells are present in leaf or stem or root, etc. So the shape may change: oval to round to polygonal or elongated. Cell wall is thin and encloses a dense cytoplasm with a large central vacuole, as I shown you here. There is a large central vacuole with nucleus and the peripheral cytoplasm. Then next feature is cell has intercellular spaces. You can see here that these are the intercellular spaces. See here. So where it occurs, it is widely distributed in plant bodies, either in stem, roots, leaves, flowers, and fruits. Thus, the parenchyma tissue is found in the soft part of the plant. Point to be remembered: soft part of the plant. So what are the soft part of the plant? It can be cortex or ground tissue in stem, cortex of roots, ground tissues of stem, and mesophyll of leaves. This is also distributed in packing tissue in xylem and phloem. Packing tissue in xylem and phloem. So what is the function of parenchyma? Function: as these tissues are living, again point to be remember, these are living tissue. They serves as packing tissue to fill the spaces between other tissue and to maintain the shape and firmness of the plant. And it also you can say it provides support to the stem of herbaceous plant due to turgidity property. This word is not new for you, as I explained earlier in first chapter what is the meaning of turgidity or osmotic pressure or turgor. So you can simply say that it maintains the firmness of the herbaceous plant. It provides support to the herbaceous plant and the plant remain turgid or stand erect. And the main function, what is the main function of parenchyma? Food storage. This is primary food storage tissue. So, and transport of material through cells or cell walls. Parenchyma are cells are metabolically active. Metabolically active, and their intercellular spaces are used for gaseous exchange. Parenchyma tissue also stores waste product of plant like what is the waste product of plant? Like tannins, gums, crystals, resins, or inorganic waste. These things we found from plant, that are tannins, gums, crystals, resins, or inorganic waste. There is another term known as chlorenchyma. Chlorenchyma is the term used when parenchyma has chloroplast in them. If chloroplast is present, then it is known as chlorenchyma. So it mostly occur in mesophyll of the leaves. Then second term is known as arenchyma. In hydrophytes are the plant which grow in water. or simply called as aquatic plants. And do you know the name of some aquatic plant like water hyacinth, that is simply called as jalkumbi, hydrilla? They have large air cavities, and this is called as parenchyma. These cells are called as parenchyma because it provides this parenchyma provides buoyancy to the cells by which they can easily float on water surface. So this is all about the parenchyma. The next is collenchyma. You can see the structure here, collenchyma. This is the longitudinal section of collenchyma tissue. You can see the thickening here. These are thickened at the corner. See the thickening, and this is transverse or TS. You can see the thickening here. These all have thickenings at the corners only. Point to be remembered, corners thickened, because in next like sclerenchyma the whole cells are thickened from all the sides. So here you can see only corner thickening occur, and it is due to the deposition of cellulose at the corner. Cellulose are deposited here, that's why they have thickening. So collenchyma tissue also consists of living cells. It shows many features of parenchyma, but it is characterized by the deposition of the extra cellulose at the corner. So intercellular spaces are generally absent. Collenchyma cells are elongated in shape. They often contain a few chloroplasts. So occurrence where it occurs, mostly it is located below the epidermis. Below the epidermis. Epidermis is the outermost layer of uh, any transverse section of stem or root, and below it, this below the epidermis there is a layer mostly known as hypodermis, which is made up of collenchyma. This also occur in on petiole. Petiole, this is called as leaf stalk, dental, and outer region of the cortex. This is also occur in the midribs of dicot leaves. Midrib, midrib. I think you all know. So this is the midrib where collenchyma is present. Midrib of dicot. It is not present in monocot stem, root and leaves. Point to be remember. Collenchyma is absent in monocot stem, roots and leaves. What is the function? Monocot means you can say all the type of grasses and all the types of cereals which you eat like wheat, rice, etc. So parenchyma is a mechanical tissue. Mechanical tissue in young dicotyledonous stem, and it provides mechanical support and elasticity. Elasticity. It provides tensile strength with flexibility to those organs in which it is found. It also allow easy bending of various parts of the plant without tensile strength. Do you know tensile strength means we can stretch it without breaking. That means their tensile strength, and it with flexibility. You can see जब बहुत हवा चलती है then plant stem can be broken, but due to presence of this collenchyma tissue there is an easy bending of the various parts of the plant without breaking it. And sometimes when the wind storm is so strong, then only it can be broken down, otherwise it is not uh, broken down by the wind. So this collenchyma provide flexibility to the plant, allow easy bending to the plant, and when cells of collenchyma contain chloroplast, they manufacture sugar and starch. So this is all about the collenchyma, and the last one is sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma, you can see the structure here. This is the TS lignified secondary wall, empty lumen, no living content, there is no any cytoplasm, there is a simple pit you can see here. Then this is LS longitudinal section, overlapping tapered end walls. Then this is 3D appearance, this is simple pit, and the last one is the sclerites. Sclerites is branching simple pit. Lumen is a place which is hollow, lignified cell walls, and there is thickening in the whole cells, not only at the corners. So this sclerenchyma cells are dead cells. Point to be remember, these are the dead cells because they are devoid of protoplasm. They don't have protoplasm. The cell walls of sclerenchyma are thickened of lignin, thickening of thickening of lignin occur. So you can ask, what is lignin? Lignin is actually a organic polymer. Polymer means when a single thing is added again and again, then it is called as polymer. uh, let's suppose that this is lignin and it is added again and again, then it form a polymer. So it acts as a cement and hardens the cell wall. It provides flexibility and greater tensile strength. High tensile strength means that it does not break easily on stretching, and high compressional strength means that it does not buckle easily. So lignin makes the cell wall impermeable. Impermeable means, I think you all know very well, that it will not allow any substance to pass through it. So as a result, they are heavily lignified and do not have any living content, that is protoplasm. So sclerenchyma is totally a dead cells, but it is very much important. The cells of sclerenchyma are closely packed. There is no any intercellular spaces. You can see like this. So they are closely packed. There is no any intercellular spaces present in them. So this is lignified cell wall. There is a middle lamella exists between two sclerenchyma cells. Middle lamella is actually a cementing layer, and it can have substance like pectin. This is also a type of polymer. Lignin. So where it occurs, what is the occurrence? It occurs in abundance in definite layers of the plant like stem, roots, veins of leaves, and hard covering of seeds and nuts. You have seen the akhrot and the almonds like badam. There is some gritty appearance. Gritty means kuch kada sa. Gritty part of the most of the ripe fruit like nashpati, pear, like apple. So whatever the hardness you feel while eating the fruits, this is due to the this gritty appearance is due to the presence of sclerenchyma, and this is actually called as sclerites. Sclerites form the gritty part of the most of the ripe fruit. So cells of sclerenchyma is of two types, uh, fibers and sclerites. So fibers, as the name indicates, it is long, narrow, thick and lignified cells. and the length of sclerenchymatous cells varies from 1 mm to 550 mm in different plants. Fibers are usually pointed at the both ends, as I show you. See here, or you can say the tapering. Tapering means they are narrower at the end and broader at the middle. So, in contrast to fiber, sclerate also called as stone cells. Simply, you can say them stone cells. They are irregular shapes, as I shown you here. This is structure of sclerate or stone cells. And so, where does it occur? Sclerates in coconut, nariyal, and there is also inner and outer layer. There is a coir occur in nariyal or coconut. It is well known for their fiber used for mats, ropes and cord, brushes, etc. So there is presence of sclerenchyma, and so many fruits like pear, apple, whatever the grittiness you feel, it is actually the stone cells. So, and all the hard covering of the nuts like akroat, like almonds, there is gritty part. So there is occurrence of this sclerenchyma. Sclerenchymatous fibers are elongated, and there are so much of function of this sclerenchymatous fibers also, because it provide that tensile strength. So we can make some ropes or other things like there are some fibers like jute, hemp, etc. These are the sclerenchymatous fibers which we have been used for decades, uh, like jute, which is also known as Porcorus capsularis, Porcorus capsularis. Jute fiber, you know, there are so many uses of jute. Either you make wall hanging, either you make shopping bags, or either you make saris and suits also. And then flax, that is linum uzi tatissimum, which is also known as ulci, or simply the fiber which you commonly called as linen, which is trending nowadays, linen fabric. So it comes from Linum usitatissimum. This is also known as flax. And the last one is the hemp, which is simply called as sun hemp, and which comes from the plant Cannabis sativa. So this is also used in making ropes and so many things. So this is all about your parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma.